Hi everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5, Episode 74, I believe, with me, Sid, who is trying to walk in first person and F5 view and failing. So, last episode we smelted up a whole load of iron, and got a whole load of iron, and I am just running the breeding program for these. I'm keeping my eye on them, but I'm also creating these double ingots, well, double sheets actually, of metal to make the alchemical furnace, which is needed. We need to make a blast furnace. Blast furnace requires wrought iron double sheets. That's 32 ingots of iron. To facilitate that process, I have set all three forges running, so that's 15 ingots of iron running in the forge and heating simultaneously. Should make the process run reasonably quickly. And yeah, so we're going to be getting that together, and that uses just shy of half. We've got 32 plus 13 ingots of iron left over, so not the end of the world, but we're, you know, it's getting close. My pickaxe is happily repairing itself, so that's fine. That's from the mining trip. The nice thing with the Tinker's repair is that it's going to take a while to, it's going to do that, but this is really going to be a case of keeping my eye on a bunch of iron and keeping my eye on a bunch of agricraft crops, and just kind of, I mean, I suppose the sensible thing to do, and I may do this when we come to do the next batch, is to put them over onto here. That would make a lot more sense, I feel, because when you get weeds, it don't matter so much because you haven't got quite so far to travel. Whereas in this case, where we have got a new seed, everything's happy, isn't it? There's a 463, so that one. Now, I am tempted, very tempted to do that, so I think that's what we will do. We'll take those two over, oh, and this one, once we've analysed it. And if that one would deign to actually work as well, then that would be beneficial. 777. So those two, and that's a 655. That one away. So it's just this one that we're waiting on, but what we can do is we can go over and get the base crops started over here, and it's just going to be a lot more easy for me to manage. Would have made a lot more sense to do that over there in the first place. I'll bring the analyzer over as well once we start on the flax seeds over here, but yeah, got plenty to keep us busy really. And once we've done that, then we can make the alembics. We still need to then work on the labels, so that'll be a thing. And well, basically fun will be had by all, I suspect. Well, not necessarily fun. Fun is definitely pushing the definition of what we're going to be having with this Thermcraft add-on. Big thank you for everybody who keeps pointing out and reminding me that the TFC 112 port beta is now live. I do keep my eye on it, so I have been watching that myself. It is definitely still not ready for play, but it's getting there. It's a really nicely done. I don't know if anybody else is trying it out, but I've just tried a test world this morning, and what I have found is, oh, I better do some welding here. And hammering. So what I have found is, that's not right. I had this, hang on. There we go. That will do us. That on the last attempt to play it, I couldn't find any ores at all. So I don't know whether that's a bug. I'm going to have another go with it, and I'll maybe report it if I still can't find any. But right now, oh, that's not right. That'll do though. I just need to process up all of this lot. So let me run along at that, and I shall be back with you in a mo. Alright, that is the last one of those. So that's 8 double iron sheets. Let's just stick them all down there. Cool. Alchemical furnace. So we're going to need a crucible. We also need arcane stone blocks. That's fairly straightforward. That's just smooth stone around a shard and a little bit of stuff. However, the alembics, I just wanted to check. Somewhere along the line, we need some additional things. So the alembics are going to require a bucket. Doesn't matter, wooden one will work by the looks of it. Gold sheet and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles, which is 4 per. That's 20 ingots for one of those. This is going to require gold sheets as well, so we're going to need that stuff. Now the other one I wanted to check was the arcane construct, because we're going to need a crucible for that as well, I think, if I can find the damn thing anyway. If I were an arcane construct, where would I be? Yeah? Let's have a look at construct then. Alchemical construct, that's the word I was looking for. So that's going to require more of these filters. Okay. And Essentia tubes, they are going to require some quicksilver, glass, nuggets, and again more wrought iron. Oh god, this is crazy. We get 8 for that though, which is not too bad. We need 4 6, but I need 2 of those, so I'm going to need 2 crafts of, hang on, I'm going to need 2 crafts of that, which means I'm going to need more iron again. This is quite insane in some respects, the level of iron we're going to need for this. And that will also need to sit on top of a, if I remember this rightly, it sits on top of the crucible. So I definitely need another crucible. That's simple enough. We'll get one of those going like so, and we'll very quickly turn that into a crucible. I need a wand wherever I put that. A little bit of that. Excellent. Where did I put my spare wand? Maybe I left it in the thingy. Anyway, we definitely need that. And then we're going to need one of those and some stone, which I don't have. Just never ending, I tell you. And of course that lot needs to be made into a blast furnace, so that's the thing too. Okay, I need to eat as well. I've been working through the night, a proper blacksmith, working through the night to get the job done. However, I think we are going to struggle somewhat. What are you at? 71, 28. You are not quite there yet, neither are you. Okay, that's fine. Everything else is over here. They're not far off though. Okie dokie, and I need to bring that thing over there. Let me sort myself out a little bit, and again I shall be back in a moment. We're near enough iron to do everything we need. There are a number of things we do need to get though. For that I'm going to need some aurum and some precantatio. So I need 6 precantatio, which is vacuous and potentia. So I need 5 of those. And then for aurum I need air and precantatio. which means I should now be able to get the goggles of revealing, which will give me various bits and pieces. But that's the one we need, which just uses a couple of thermometers. That's just a couple of sheets and shards. So I need 2 of those, and then some leather. Let me just double check, because of course goggles of revealing require, so I need a couple of iron sheets, so gold sheets. So I'm going to need to make some gold sheets for starters. So yeah, we definitely not going to. We've got enough, so we'll be able to move this, and we'll be able. Well, basically the idea is we'll stick the alchemical furnace here with the thingies on it, and we'll have. We can get what we want to, maybe 3 alembics on the top ultimately. Not in the first instance, that's going to take a little bit longer. We'll also need this, and that's going to obviously require us to have a the arcane thing. Now, between all of those, there's definitely not enough iron in my reserves to go. However, I do get a little bit fed up of having to, when I'm exploring, looking for nodes like this. That is more than a little bit annoying. So it occurs to me that we are going to have to go on an exploration. Now, we have got a few iron tracers marked on the map, you know, if I can find them now. There. So we've got stuff, we've obviously got stuff further away. But we've also got some bits and pieces around down over, if I can get myself back down here. So we've got gold, copper, bismuth, redstone, more bismuth, and ardite question mark over here, and we've got a whole, we haven't really gone this direction much. This is what we all explored right back in the beginning of time kind of thing. And so there's quite a lot of potential exploration over this way, and there's potential iron mines over there as well, but I'd prefer to prepare a little bit. So first things first, we need to make the blast furnace, and that's going to require a crucible. Crucible is going to require 5 fire clay. 5 fire clay is going to require me to make that, so we're off to the grindstone. We'll get that made, and that will give us the arcane furnace, and that's the first step in the right direction. Let me go and take 4 of those. I can't remember whether I need, and 5 of each, isn't it? I think, unless, let me just double check that I've not got any fire clay kicking around. Slag. Mortars, clays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think we have, so we should be okay to take all of that lot out and just grind that lot up, make us up 5 fire clays, and make a crucible, which we can then turn into the blast furnace, which we can then ultimately turn into the arcane alchemical furnace. I'll get the right word eventually. Yeah, Thorncraft was never this hard. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that gives me those, and then we take you and do that. Then that goes over. We still need the stone. I don't think I've got enough smooth stone, but that lot goes into making that, and then smooth stone. Let's have a look. If not, there's plenty of places to get that. That's easy. It's just, you know, a bit of a pain really. 4, 5. There we go. Perfect. Let's go and grab the other bits, and that should give us the first step of our alchemical furnace setup. That, that. We need to head down into the old hidden magic area and do a little bit of magical skullduggery and stuff. Bloop. And then we're going to use that. No, hang on. To make that. One alchemical furnace in the bag. I'm going to stick it there, I think. And yeah, it's an awful lot of effort for a very unimpressive looking block, really, isn't it? So, armed with that, what's next? We are going to head next to the alembics. And that requires us to make 10 more sheets. 10 more double sheets, so that was 20 iron, wasn't it? We need a gold sheet, and that needs gold sheet as well. I needed more gold sheets for the thingies, didn't I? So I might as well make those. And if I've got a little bit of that, we may as well chop you up into those. We'll need that, and in fact, while we're at it, nothing fancy out of that. Okay. Right, back to the forge, where we will start making lots of. What do I need? 20, didn't I said? And they need to be double sheets, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, double sheets. We need we need a bucket. Another single sheet, which is 2 more, and then gold sheets. And let's have a think. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, that's 18. That's going to take a little bit more effort because we're going to have to be cautious of that. However, we're also going to need 1, 2, 3 more for another alembic. I might as well make another 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that, let's do 32, and we'll do 22 iron sheets. And yeah, that should keep us ticking. So I'm going to get those done, and again I should be back in a bit. I think I've got more or less everything I need to do one alembic and the goggles. I'm just going to have a peek in glass. Have I got any glass over in the furnaces anywhere? I should have some glass somewhere, surely. Let me have a look. Not there. Yep, we got a little bit of that. Now the question is, will that work for goggles of revealing? Let's find out, shall we? 1, 2, and what we're doing for the goggles? Glass and crystals. Hopefully we've got enough of every. Yeah, it's not taking that glass, is it? Okay. Can we chisel that anyway into? We can. Excellent. So I just need to take 2 of those and my chisel, which I haven't got to hand. So that's the thing. Whee! Whoop. Yeah, we're getting there steadily. We haven't got labels yet, so we haven't got any means of doing that. Our food is starting to get a little bit of a, not a concern, but maybe as much as maybe an issue. You know, it's everything is being used as it should be. Alright, so we need 4 pieces of leather. That's the thing. Some of these should hopefully stack up by now as well. They do, and maybe even those. Yep, that's good. So 4 pieces of leather, that's a start. And we should be good then to hopefully make 1. And then another 1. And then we take 1, 2 of those, that and that, combine those, that gives us that, which obviously gives us a V discount as well when we're crafting, so that straight away goes on our face, because the next thing we want to make is that. Now that makes 2, and we got a reasonable amount of juice in there, so we got 2 of those, and then we need, oh, I know what, I can use this bucket. Let's have a quick peek at that one, and that will make us the 8 arcane alembic. We've got enough for another V's filter there, so that's that. Everything else is good. Stick you away in there along with that for now, and this can go on top of the old hooferator there. And then let's have a think. What have we got that produces? Where's my book? Where is my book? Booky book. I just want something that produces the first. So the first one will be air, I think. Yep, air. We can get that from air crystals, feathers, and I think sugarcane might be our best option there. So I'm going to grab some coal and some sugarcane, because that should give us air and aqua, I think, off the top of my head. I don't want to get a whole load of these going at this stage. This is kind of the thing we can do. Air, aqua and herba. So if I were to take 16 of those and a stack of coal, which in itself gives us ignis and potentia, then we can at least get the process going and see just how this thing. So that should start pumping up into that, and that should be getting herba, which bloody typical is herba's the one we get, which is, you know, definitely not beginning with A, because obviously I'm going to do these alphabetical. Makes sense, doesn't it? So if we were to go aqua, so arbor, herba is the 12th position. Okay. And we should get 16 of each. Now we don't get any loss in this, there's no taint risk. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boop. Slosh. And that is our jar of herba. And then we've got air coming, which will be the first one. And as soon as that has finished, we will have the thing, the stuff, and then we'll have that one, and then aqua, which I think is the 3rd position, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Alianis, aqua, Alianis we just get from, actually those totem looks like they might be interesting, in the banners. Oh, okay. Anyway, there's air, and there is aqua once it's come. I'm going to just try and we'll put a little splash of everything into here. We do need to go and get more iron, and we are going to be preparing for a trip to go and do that. I didn't want to do that quite so soon after the last one, because I know there's kind of a mixed feelings about road trips. You know, some people love them, some people hate them. And I like the exploration, but I also recognise that it is not necessarily always the most entertaining thing to watch. So swings and roundabouts, really. There's all sorts of good stuff in a lot of these, isn't there? I bet I haven't got an Elianis one, have I? I've got these essences. Might not be a bad thing to go with though, so maybe we'll get rid of some of those as well. Vitium we've got, we'll need to get that quickly in. Alright, leave it with me, I shall be back in a minute. We interrupt this regular programme for some ice harvesting. I just noticed that we've got a goodly pack of ice out here. So, as I said, I'd like to have a full chest of this before we start. Oh, this is going to be oh, that's all right, we got away with it. Before we start the next year outside of winter. So the fact that there's all this ice here is going to be really useful for that, and it's still forming, which is nice. I need to remember not to create any non-source blocks as well, because they can be, in TFC it can be bloody awkward to undo that damage. So yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit of this. I'm kind of hammering away in the potion, in the, not the potion room, the essence area, getting lots and lots of essentials fermented out of the constituent components. So we'll have a look at that in a moment, but right now I just need to probably wear this saw out at a guess. Just got a feeling that this is going to be a new time for a new saw next year, maybe. But as long as I've got maybe two vanilla tacks, another 4 stacks, maybe 8 stacks in total, that should get us through the year. Because we've got the cooler is almost full at the moment, or it was last time I looked anyway, which is not that long ago. So yeah, back in a mo. Alright, I think we're probably about there for this episode. I'm just waiting for this to crossbreed. That should be an improvement on these two. That's the weaker of the two, so we'll pop that in there. I'm being extra cautious with all of this stuff just until, so now for example I can get rid of that one, but what we're doing is obviously pulling out the good one, pop that down, stick you in. Hopefully that one, once these are grown, hopefully that one will have a better chance of being not weeds. But that is a 765, so that's an improvement of the gain, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so that's that thing going. I am down to my last bowl of food out of the batch that we made up the last time we headed out. So we're going to have to prepare to head out for another road trip. I'm not entirely sure whether to do that in the next episode or not. We are kind of approaching the limits of what we can achieve down here though. So we've got most of these. The only thing we haven't done, which we do need to do, is the labels, and there's a few of these that have just got nothing in them, so that needs to be addressed as well. Tempesta will probably never have anything in it. That's one that I rarely actually manage to get hold of, and the Voltus, which I think that's Voltus, is this one here. These are the two that came off the end. Now if I can't get Tempesta, I'll just pull that in one and will not bother ever showing Tempesta, because in all honesty I cannot remember ever needing Tempesta for anything. For nothing, not a single thing. I think it was, I mean, it would have been a sensible one to use for, say, like a lightning wand or something like that, but it really just never manifested as being as a serious item. So I think this one, that's full. Let's give it, oh, and there's the air, because that's what you get from things. So that gives us a rather nice and very full selection, although I think I'm going to have to go and I'm going to have more air than we know what to do with here, because these only got to 64, and but the only thing we can do with this is space for 6 more. Are we going to get away with it? 2. Yes, just. But yeah, we have the thingy. We have that. So we're a long way down the alchemy route, and we've got a pretty wall of coloured bottles. So next episode, if we wish to continue down the alchemy route and get the advanced machine and get more alembics going and get the alchemical machine, oh hello, which is the better of these two, that one. That's the unidentified seed. Then yeah, if we wish to proceed down this route, then we are going to have to, oh hell, yeah, we need to put that down first. We need to head out into the world and find some more iron. Quite a bit of it actually. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.